Okay, we're live. Today is December 7th, 2014. This is the OSRA client meeting. From the client side, we have Ahmed, Tarek, and Ranim. From the dev team, we have Brian, Pavel, and myself. And hopefully, maybe a couple more developers will show up as we keep going. I think the meeting tonight will be fairly short, just a status update. And so about a week ago, I know that I told the client that we would be ready to go to production by the end of this week, so by now. Unfortunately, we're not quite there yet, but I think we're very, very close. And I would just like to give you an update on what remains to be done and what we have been working on. So the big story that we still need to basically, we need for you to accept and tell us that everything is working properly is the orphan import. And I know that you've pointed out the bug where the orphans from the same file were all assigned the same OSRA number. We have fixed that since, and it's been deployed to the staging server, and I see that you've actually entered a few orphans here, and you can see that their numbers are being assigned now properly, sequentially. So that bug is resolved. Is there anything else regarding the importer that you still haven't tested yet, or there are issues?
Yeah, Nikita. We just now before we start, we modified the orphan list which you uploaded, the same which is in the program now. We modified the names, the first three names, and we for the first name, and we kept the record number 4 as it is. Okay, then we tried to upload the list again. So we had an error by the application which says that record number 1 is the same of the first and father and family name, which is and this is wrong because the duplication is in the record number 4. Then when we go to the orphan page, we cannot find any of the records which we uploaded.
Okay. Okay, so you've uploaded these orphans that are here now, and then in the Excel file you changed their name.
We changed the first name. In the Excel file there are 4 records. So we changed the first name for the first 3 records, and we kept the record number 4 as it is. Then we tried to upload the orphan list again. Actually, no orphan has been uploaded because of the record which indicates the error in the record number 1. Screenshot?
Yeah, actually, if you can share a screenshot, that would be most helpful. Is it when you look at this upload, for example, that we're looking at right now with these 3 orphans, are the orphans here in the same order that they appear in the Excel file?
Just a moment, let me open it. Check the Excel file.
So this orphan here, was it the first orphan, the first row of the Excel file?
Yeah, but we changed the... No. This one was the number 4, I guess.
Okay.
Number 3. Number 3 or number 4?
Okay. I've noticed that before, and I wasn't sure if this was constant and if it was something that would create a problem. But it seems to me that the import actually ends up working backwards, basically.
Yeah. That's obvious.
Okay. So first of all, is that an issue?
I don't think so. It's not an issue.
Okay. Okay, so then when we're talking about which field, or sorry, which orphan created a problem with the import? Is it?
It says the record number 1, which is I think it's the last orphan.
Okay.
Okay, so the last orphan is duplicated, so that because we changed the first 3, and the number 4 we did not change. So when the application tried to upload the Excel sheet or the orphan list, it found that there is a duplication in the orphans, which is number 4 on the Excel sheet and number 1 in the application.
So the error message said that it's orphan number 1 that is a problem.
Now we understand why it says that the problem is the record number 1.
Okay.
But after that, it stopped and it did not upload any of the records of the other records.
Yeah, I think so. First of all, that is intentional, and at least my understanding for the import process was that it's all or nothing. Either the entire orphan sheet is uploaded or none of it is.
Okay, I will try to delete the record number 4, then 4, then upload the list.
Okay.
Let me try.
So it wasn't like this when we last tried it. You changed this, right?
Since you last tried it, I don't think we've actually changed that functionality.
When we last tried it, the not duplicated orphans were used to be uploaded.
Sorry,
I think we changed it to disallow duplicates, but the invalid ones, it should work the same. It's just now going to make them invalid if they're a duplicate.
So yeah, since you've last tested the feature where we implemented the validation for duplicate records, since then we haven't changed anything. So in the past couple of days we haven't changed anything. Okay, so I see that 3 new records got uploaded to the database.
If it's not going to upload the whole list because one duplicated record, I think in that case we need to know which one is duplicated. So if it's working backward, we are not going to be able to know which one. Right?
Okay. Okay. So at the moment, the validation, the way it only, if you have duplicate records in your Excel sheet, the application doesn't check for that at the moment. That functionality, I've just finished working on it a couple of hours ago, so it'll be a couple of days, I think, before you will see it. But yeah, the duplication where if the orphan already exists in the database, that's in place, and so you're saying that you need to know which orphan is creating that problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, so that's something that we need to add, that functionality to indicate which record created the issue.
Actually, it tells us, but as it's working backwards, we are not able to know. It's not
Right.
giving us the right record.
Right. Okay. Okay. Understood. So basically, if we reverse the process, or if we reverse the order, so that the imported orphan list, the order of orphans that we import matches the order in the Excel file, then everything is fine.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so we'll implement that. Is there anything else regarding the import process?
Okay.
Well, I think there's nothing. Only the things we wrote when on the Google Plus.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
There's this other issue that if there's a duplication in the same list we're uploading, the application will tell us that all the records are duplicated. It will not specify the one which is duplicated exactly.
You mean, so if the Excel sheet contains two orphans that are the same, yeah, at the moment, the way the functionality, at least, so you haven't seen that yet. I haven't actually deployed that that code, but yeah, for now, the way it's written, no, it doesn't say it. It just says that the file contains duplicate records.
Okay.
Is it important for you to know which records are the duplicates?
I think for now, no, it's not important. We can,
Okay.
if there's a problem with the same list, we can go back and check it. It will not contain a huge number of orphans right now.
Actually, this is very useful for us to know what's the typical size of an orphan list that you will be importing.
Actually, in the beginning when we first going to use the program, I think there might be a couple of lists which contains 300 orphans. But in the future, once we finish importing the records we have now, I think the list will be between 10 to 30.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because it's important for us to test as well that the application can handle a list that size. So yeah, that's very useful information. Thank you. Okay, so if that's all for the importer, then the other story that we have is to end start date and end date to sponsorship. And this story is practically, I mean, so the code is finished, the functionality is finished, and we just need to agree on a few small details of how the code is actually written. So I think you will probably receive this feature for review on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
And then the final big thing that remains is updating the orphan import process to handle the new file formats, the ones that, this is the 2.3, I think, is what we're referring to it as.
Now we have a new version as the same columns, but we just updated, and the new version is now 3.0. We did not send it yet because we just finished the working on it just now.
Okay.
So you want us to forward it to you?
Yes, please. I guess let's then talk about how we will proceed on this, because we're about to finish this 2.3 version. And if you've just created 3.0, do you need the application to be able to handle 3.0 before we go live?
Yeah, actually, it's better for us. As I told you, it's the same columns, but we put the drop-down list for the manual filling of the data, because firstly the data will be entered on this Excel sheet manually. So we tried to make some validation of the data by the drop-down lists and some restrictions on the cells. But all in all, the columns are still the same columns.
Okay, so excuse me. So that might not actually affect our functionality at all, but it would be very good for us to test the new file format. So yes, please forward it to us, and you can either paste a link here in chat or on Google Plus then.
Okay.
And I think, sorry?
Fine. It's okay.
Okay. And I think once all these functionalities are implemented that I've just mentioned, so we finished the uniqueness validation on the orphans, we finished the start and end date, We make sure that the orphans are imported in the same order that they are in the Excel files, and we upgrade our importer to the 2.3 version. I think, again, I've given you maybe an over-optimistic estimate about a week ago. Maybe I'm making the same mistake again, but I think we're looking at about 2, 3, maximum 4 days to get these features implemented and sent to you for review.
No worries.
No problem.
Okay. Is there anything else that we need to discuss?
I think that's it for us. Ranim, is there anything else?
No, everything is good.
Okay, terrific. Then thank you very much.
Thank you, Nikita.
Please share that file as soon as you can so that we can start testing it. And we will speak to you probably next weekend then.
Okay, thank you very much. And we will send the file right away.
Great, thanks. Okay, see you soon.
Thank you. Nick, Brian, can you stay?
Sure.
Yep.
Good night.
Bye.
Yeah.
Seems that we have the same situation as a month ago, right?
Yep.
Oh my god.
We're constantly a week away from production.
Yeah, a week away, and 1 month ago it was a week away.
Yeah.
Oof, ouch. Well, we need to start Sprint 7.
Yep.
Well, I think that we should make sprint planning tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know about retrospective. I have a terrific week next week, and we'll be really free at the end of that week. Maybe it's Saturday or Sunday. So I suggest to make retrospective on next Saturday or Sunday, and make sprint planning on tomorrow's Scrum, because we don't have too much to plan actually.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds fine.
Okay. So we need to check that new version of Excel file works with our importer, and we don't have any new stories for phase 0, right?
No, I think
Okay.
yeah, we've taken everything.
Okay. Well, okay then. See you tomorrow. Thank you guys.
All right, guys. Take care.
Okay. Bye bye.